feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
All right, we're trying this. I said I don't really have a topic. Don't really know what I'm doing. I will honestly say that right now. Don't have any idea what I'm doing. Um, I'm just literally here because I'm just going, okay, let's figure this out. I don't even know if Nightbot works. Hi, Nancy Smith. Thank you. Um, I am trying out a new service, so I'm trying to see. I don't see comments being said, so I don't know how to see the chat. So we're just seeing. I don't see chat. So how do you see chat? People, that doesn't help me. Where is chat happening? I can see it on my phone. I just can't see it on the thing. Oh Lord, help me. The only way to go live through this one is to just go on and see. Chat with everyone in studio message cleared after each session. But where is the chat though? I'm just seeing. I'm Hi Rudy. So why can't I see the chat? That's not gonna work if I can't see the chat. Talk amongst yourselves till I figure out why I can't see the chat. I should be able to see the chat. If I can't see the chat, then it won't be any good. You mean I'm not going to be able to see comments? Okay, for people, hopefully you can hear me. I think it was, I just want to make sure I could be heard. Yeah, I can be heard. I think, Nancy, you were gifted a membership because, who is it? YouTube allows us as content creators and as people that have channels that are monetized to give 10 memberships a month. And so we do that on the second and uh, uh, fourth week of the month. We give out 5 on the second week and 5 on the fourth week. Hi, Rudy. How are you? But for people to kind of understand why we're doing what we are is because StreamYard is what we have been using. And StreamYard is great. However, StreamYard has gone up. We're not talking about a tremendous, just a little bit. StreamYard has actually gone up in price of about $200 from what we paid for it last year. And so um, we're debating of whether or not to stay with StreamYard or go through another streaming software. And I don't see comments yet, and I don't know why. It's not going to do me any good if I can't see comments. Marker. So I'm trying to find out a little bit about what this one, we're using Riverside right now, whether whether I can, whether I want to use this. I should Shatika, whether I want to use this or whether I don't want to use it. I don't know, because I also don't want to be frustrated, which is kind of why what I am. I'm a little frustrated. But I thought I have to come on to Riverdale and see if I like it. Or Riverside. I want to call it Riverdale, I guess, because it's a television show. There's another streaming software we're going to try. The thing is, here's the issue. If we can get a coupon through this one, but it still puts it about $350. StreamYard is $423. And I've heard people say, "Hi, Crafting with Love, cancel it and then go back and see what they're going to offer you if you cancel and go back to it." If we're going to have to pay, because with a channel our size and what we're doing, we have to have a paid version. We can't go with the free version. If we want to do it, it's better to be paid for an entire year than for it not. I have to say that Riverside, I like their quality. It's very crisp on this live. And um, yep, that's what I was going to try too. That's what I was going to try next, I think, was, and I think, I don't, there's one of them that you can only use on a Mac, and we don't have a Mac. Um, there's another one I'm going to try, but here's kind of going back with Riverside. Riverside has a coupon we can obtain, which would knock like $80 off of it. But if it's not going to be easy for me to use or my mom to use, then there's no sense. I spent, no kidding, an hour to figure out how to change that sign and get it mirrored so that what you could read it. That's not only the time I spent trying to figure out how to export anything. I will say Riverside, and this is for any content creator. So if you're watching and you're struggling like me to figure out which way to go, Riverside's editing software is awesome. I will say that they take out, if you're doing recordings, they go in, they take out all the ums and all the things you shouldn't and the spaces and so forth. And it is easier when you edit through StreamYard. You have, like, if you want to take out a section of words, you have like this little sliver trying to find your mouse to it. And I don't edit what we do on software or on through StreamYard. I actually edit it on my phone through InShot because it's so much easier to get those little slivers out. And Riverside could teach StreamYard about their editing, because when you edit out words, it's not, it's easy to go through and edit it. They've got a great phone editor. The one problem that happened when I was using it before was it quit on me. So I needed to see, is it going to quit? Is this computer going to be able to handle it? Riverside has 4K quality streaming. You don't have to pay extra for that. So there's a very different crisp on this that's not on StreamYard, which I like. It's a little crisper, but I have not yet seen your comments pop up, which then leads me to say, if I'm going to do comments, then I'm thinking you have to pay, instead of $24 a month, $34 a month, which puts it close off like $80 from where StreamYard is. And it's like, StreamYard is so user friendly. This is a little bit cumbersome to use, I will say. It's like trying, I mean, like, I don't even have to think about our intro. Our intro is automatically put in, it plays the minute I hit record. I don't even have to think of it. This one, you literally have to think of it, and you can't put any slides up or anything like that unless you're willing to pay that extra $10 a month, which puts it at 34 instead of $44 a month. And if you're going to do a streaming service and you can, it's better to pay it year because you do save more money than paying it per month. So the dilemmas of having a channel. And I'm just like, I thought to myself, I spent a half an hour trying to figure out how to exploit the daily devotions from Riverside when I used it. And I'm thinking, if I have to spend that time, do I really want to spend that? Or do I want to say it's not worth the savings to have the aggravation? Another thing we have to think about is we want to do panels. We did Mad Libs Friday. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing panels every Friday and having people on and hearing what their Mad Lib would be and so forth. And then also taking other people within the chat that may have channels, taking those Mad Libs. And if you missed it and you wanted to do it, go into our Lighthouse Beacons group we have on Facebook, and it's on our link tree, and you can go ahead and it actually no, and go ahead, and they're there. If you want to send it to us, we're going to start putting them like in videos, and eventually like putting the channels with them so that people can find the channel and maybe learn a little bit about the channel and connect with the channel. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So our link tree has all our Facebook groups. So if we want to do a panel, is this going to be conducive to having more than 4 people on? I don't know. I have to investigate that too, because on StreamYard you can have 10 people. You can't necessarily have, I don't know what the limit is. It looks like there's almost a limit of 4 people, maybe there's more. So I don't understand why I'm not seeing the comments. I don't get it. It says host, participant, and guest. Well, I haven't been able to do that yet, and I'm not sure if it's because. And the only way to do this is just literally to come on live and just sit here and figure it out. Google it if you can't figure it out right. I mean, I'm kind of frustrated with so chat. Lets you view message in chat from YouTube audience. Live stream chat. Well, where is live stream chat though? Why am I not seeing that? We'll figure it out, guys. I think. Or at least I'm going to try. I can only do trying. Wait, hold it. Go back there. But where are the comments though? That's what I need to know. Where do you find the comments? It's probably some really easy place that I can't figure out where to find them. That's what I want to get to. Okay. Yes, I did the streaming destination. Okay, where's the using? Okay. Here's what we need to figure out. I don't want to. I know I was muted because I didn't want to get anything wrong. Oh, I knew it was something easy. Oh my goodness. I had to hit a button. I'm telling you, now I see it. I was all it was a toggle. I'm telling you, this is like it's not as user friendly as it's not. There was a little toggle I didn't put on. That was all. Oh my goodness. But I'm still not seeing all the chat though. I'm still not. Oh yeah, I am. Never mind. I am. Okay, so the next question is show on stream. Okay. That's nice. Okay, well, at least I can. That's another question I was now. How do you undo it? Hide. Okay. That was another question I was. Hi, Alfonso. Yeah, I know there was no sound. I didn't want to get it. I wanted to erase it. So let's see if chat. Let's put Alfonso's link in there and see what happens. Let's see if I don't even know if it's going to work on this because I have it set up for. Well, Nightbot should work no matter what I do. Oh, it did. Okay. So I can show comments. That was another really important thing that I could show. I kind of like the fact that, and one thing I can do is do this. I can do it on StreamYard too. My other question is just, well, let's try this out. Well, I can. No audio. Excuse me.
I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
See, that's one thing I don't like is excuse me. That's something I don't care for is that I can't seem to put an intro in this. Yep, that's one of Scott's songs. We use it for part of our intro. He's like an uncle to me. So, yeah, the link works. I can show comments. That's a feature. My one issue is going to be this. Is on Riverside in order to be able to show any kind of slides, which we would like to be able to do stories. Like Josh and I sometimes will watch a movie. There are several movies I'd like for us to talk about, and I want to base them on true stories like A Walk to Remember. There's a story about the woman who did the swim across the English Channel, the first one to do it. I want to do ones on cool runnings. I want to do them on all those things, and I use slides. And so the only way to be able to do that and do any of that kind of present mode is going to be able to pay the extra $10 a month. So it raises Riverside from $24 to $34 a month, which puts it at $403. If we do a 15% coupon, then we get it for like $350. But the other ones, hi Kristen, the other ones that I have to consider is this, like I said, it took me, we've been on here now for 20 minutes. It's taken me 20 minutes to find the little button that tell me go here and turn on the live stream. It took me an hour to figure out the button to flip this one around. It took me a half an hour to 45 minutes to figure out how to export a recording. And I'm like, I'll eventually learn it, but it's not easy, simple peasy like StreamYard is. I go into StreamYard, I press download, and it's done. And if we have to pay, I mean, yeah, we're saving like $80, but then also I have to think of, can we have more than just 4 people on the chat at, on a panel at once? That's going to be a factor. And then also another factor comes with whether or not we have the ability, and I think we have it till the 9th, which I think we'll have another. I think what I'll try to do this week is we'll do something. I'll do something where I just put a link in, and or have some people come on up and see if it's easy for them to come on up, and then whether they're able to share it on their channel. Because if they can't share it on their channel, then when we do panels and people would like to share the stream on their channel, which grows our audience and their audience, will they be able to do it? And if they can't do it, then to me, that's worth a little bit more for them to be able to do it, first of all, easily. And also, you know, those all factors have to play in. I really wish, and this is just a little frustration, is that StreamYard had taken its existing customers, and I could see them saying, we want to do more um, visual, more visual stuff, or um, upgrade things. But I wish they would have made it so it wasn't such a hike. You're talking about a $200 hike for people. That's a lot to be able to do. Now, here's another thing. If anybody hasn't heard of Riverside, at least you're going to get my take on Riverside. The logo on Riverside that you see blinking up in the corner, it says live. That does not get removed without paying the extra $10 a month. And we have to pay the extra $10 a month, because if we want to do any kind of presentation wise while we're going live, which when we talk about different kind of movies, we're going to need to do, is it worth it? And then next year, when we don't have the use of the coupon, then we're still going to be paying close to what StreamYard is charging. And I don't like Restream. Kristen's used Restream before, and she said it's very, very cumbersome. It's not as fast. And even with Restream, if you are going to do what we're doing, you have to have the paid version. There's no way around it. I do not like Restream. I do not. I find it not easy friendly to use either. I forgot which the one that I said I was going to try next. Let me look at it. So after this is over with, Fonzo is not doing a live tonight, and I'm had another rough night's sleep. If anybody has my sleep pattern out there, can they find it for me? I would really appreciate it. Like Kristen said, Restream felt awkward. And like with StreamYard, just so people know, with StreamYard, I can take a comment and hit it. I have to lay the mouse over the comment and go down to show stream. Hi, Barbara. I've been praying for you, hon. And go over the stream. And I kind of like their comments that show up on the screen, but I like StreamYard's better. Kind of like it tells you that it's coming from YouTube. But even doing the comments is not as easy as it is for StreamYard. It's much more cumbersome. You just click on the comment and it pops up on the screen. This, you have to literally take your mouse, go over to the comment, go down to show, go back to the comment, and hit hide. It's not as simple and easy as StreamYard. I'm having a moment. I'm having a little bit of a frustration moment. I think that's probably where I'm at. Let's see. Where was the one that I found that I saw and I thought, okay, I have to try that one out. Which one was it? I don't think it was that one. It was another one that I thought of. I think it was the one that she was mentioning, but I'm not sure. That's not it. That's not it. I'm going to try to find it. Because I took a picture of it. Because or at least I thought I took a picture of it. I guess I should. OBS is another one, but OBS is literally like taking. You are literally taking the training wheels off with that one. I mean, you're literally taking the training wheels off. I thought I took a picture of it. Didn't I take a picture of it? That's probably the one it is that I'm thinking of. But StreamYard has, I thought I took a picture. I think that's the one you were talking about. Because I thought I took a picture of it, but again, everything, the pro version, which is the one that we would need to use. I'm thinking that's that one. I took a snapshot of it. If not, I've got it and I can look at it. Yeah, that's the one that I'm going to try next. Even with this one, I mean, you can have up to 12 people in the background, or you can have a slideshow and a logo backgrounds overlay. Pre-recorded streamed up to 2 hours. Unlimited streams. Recording content. So, I mean, it has a lot. But that's $19 a month. I mean, it's better than what it is, but 12 people. So and this the it says you're allowed 12 screen participants and collaborate 4 seats of co-host. I don't know what that means. So the pro one's $39. The regular one is $19 a month. So that's the next one we're gonna try. I don't know, guys. I don't know. You know, and I kind of thought about it a little bit. I thought, why does this seem so overwhelming to me? This whole thing seems overwhelming. And it's because of the loss of Patty. Everything in my life seems overwhelming right now. Going to sleep seems overwhelming. Dinner seems overwhelming. Everything seems overwhelming. It felt like 10 years ago, and it'll be 3 weeks tomorrow. Everything in my life seems overwhelming since she passed away. And this whole thing seems just overwhelming. Sure, I could figure it out. I know I can. OBS, I can try again, but I don't know whether or not our computer that we have, and it's kind of the in between one we're using right now till my son in law down the road can build us a computer, is whether or not it can handle the OBS software. I mean, you literally have to put everything in yourself. And it was overwhelming when I first started. I could never figure out how to put chat on the screen, and I could never figure out how to put up individual comments. And it may have been because of the computer we were using. But I don't like that as well. I can tell you that I don't like that as well. So the other thing to do is OBS. But again, right now, even the thought of going back to OBS, which is free, and learning all that, and then not only that, another thing we have to think about is if we use OBS in a recording setting, then we still have to exploit that, right, to uh, to editing software on the computer, because because of the file I won't be able to edit it to an email and put it on my phone to do it, because I do a lot of editing through my phone and through InShot, which does not appear on anything that I can download. It only is on the phone. So if I do that, then I have to use like CapCut or something like that to be able to do it on the computer. That lies a problem, because CapCut will have the logo in there. In order to take down the logo and not have that watermark on, right? There's a fee. So it's like, well, if I save over here, but I have to spend $200 over here to get the or the paid version of CapCut, so it doesn't have the CapCut imprint on it because it's not doesn't look as professional, then is it worth it? Because then I don't have to do that through StreamYard. So it's like, and I would have to do all the editing through the computer if I do that, versus being able to just do it on StreamYard and take it and then go ahead and edit it through InShot. Because I can't always sit and do it on the computer. And sometimes I have to record them, and then if I'm sitting someplace and I'm out and about or whatever, I'll take them and edit them there through the InShot software, which only appears on the phone. I wish it was simple, but it's just not. It's not this simple, easy cut kind of thing. It's just not. So that's the dilemma. The good thing is we've been on here for about 35 minutes and the computer hasn't poof and crashed. That was another thing I was concerned about. So I still like StreamYard better. I still would sit here going, yeah, I'd pay a little bit more for StreamYard. I think I can say I think it's clearer. It's a little crisper, because with Riverside you get 4K automatically with it. So, all right, guys. Thank you for, at least this is a bit of a mess of a stream, but here's the other thing too, and I have to say this in this way. Before we started a channel, I thought it was really easy, and it is for the most part. There's a lot of a lot of work puts into it, but that's really easy, right? You just hit a button, you go live, and you can go live through the YouTube studio, but then you can't do intros, you can't do slides and all that kind of stuff. You can't put comments on the screen and all that kind of stuff. And I just like, you just press a button and you just go. And I think people that are on the other side that aren't doing a channel like this don't realize the work that is put into it. There is work that's put into this. There's time, there's effort. And it's really nice to be able to, I think it's good at times for a content creator to come on and just let the people that aren't doing this on a daily to understand the things that they don't see. Because I think sometimes, this is just my little thing, think of the way I think in my head, right? Sometimes when people see that people are sending super, I'm not asking for any of that. Just want you all to know. And any of that goes to Mama. I'm not asking for that, anything like that. People see super chats, or they see people becoming members and super stickers and all that kind of stuff. It's good for them to see that there are expenses with a YouTube channel. It's not just nothing. You have your streaming software, you have your microphone, you have your camera. When we first did this, I said to my husband, and I found a camera on, it's a Logitech, it's been wonderful. I found a camera on eBay for $30 because the older computer we had, which is still next to me, had a terrible camera. And I knew that the microphone wasn't good, so I invested in the microphone, and I love my mic because it's all colorful. We can change colors with this microphone. We can make it go different colors if we really wanted to, but I don't often do that. But anyway, it's been a great mic. I love it. I got my daughter one. It was $30. Those are the two things I wanted to invest in. We wanted to invest in right off the spot. We used the free version of StreamYard for a long time. We used it. It limits you to 20 hours. You can't put any background behind it. You can't get rid of the logo. You can't put your logo in the corner or anything like that. So, hi, Crystal. So, you know, I did it for a while until we had to be in a position where we needed to upgrade, and that was a $230 investment. And I'm really glad that I invested into it because I didn't have to worry about, you know, being limited to the amount of hours I did. I can let people share it on their channel. There were so many benefits to it. But I think it's good for people to realize that they're just watching. Before I even went on YouTube and realized this is much more than just a video platform back in 23. It can become a social network where people can be there to help connect each other and be there to help support each other. It's good for people to understand when they see those things coming through. When you do a channel and it grows and you're monetized, it really does become a full-time job. No doubt about it. Now, with my ability to my disability, which is my fibromyalgia, I couldn't hold a full-time job. I don't I don't take the revenue for it. Mom does. I want the connection. Just give me the connection. That's my blessing back is to have the connection done. Mama gets the revenue and she does things like we invested $90 into getting a computer that wasn't going to, I wasn't going to crash every time I went on, and it took a half an hour for the computer to warm up. That was the thing. So, and then when we decide which streaming service we're going to go for the next year, that's something she's going to have to invest in order for our channel and so forth. And she does a lot of stuff. She does a lot of the stuff in Canva. I've sat there and worked with her. She does a lot of the thumbnails for the Bible verses and the devotions and all that. I could never do all this by myself. There is no way. I have my good days and I have my bad days. I'd love to be able to come on every day. I know I did that over Christmas. It took me 2 weeks to recover from that. I know I can't do that. I know I don't have the ability with the chronic illness I deal with to be able to do that. But I need to be able to come on here and connect with you guys. So I think it's really helpful for people to understand, because once you change from, on that side and being the audience to somebody in front of the camera, you look at YouTube in a very, very different perspective. And it's a healthy perspective, right? I was thinking about that because you have to be careful too. And I'm going to stay on a few more minutes and then I'm going to go relax. You have to be careful too because it becomes a relationship, right? And there are those super chats and all that kind of stuff with our channel because I'm not necessarily receiving them. They're going to Mama. All of the revenue goes to Mama. And believe me, she is the sweetest person on the face of this earth. I have a sweet, sweet mama. And she says, this is such a blessing. And I am so thankful. And she guys, she prays for you. I pray for you, right? I'm getting the connection. That's my blessing. That's my revenue is I get the connection. I don't get any of this. She gets it. She gets to use it forever she needs to use it. She needed a new pair of sneakers recently and she's been putting a little money aside. She's on a fixed income. So she's been putting a little money aside and she's now was able to actually go and get herself a new pair of sneakers. So that makes my heart feel so good that I can be here, not only connecting with you guys and helping you guys get through this thing we call life, but also I'm helping mama a little bit, right? I'm helping her a little bit. She gets to do a couple things and so forth. But, if we do this, it's going to have to be, if we do StreamYard for the next year, it's going to have to be charged. There's no other way to do it. We're just going to have to charge it and pay it off. There's no other way to do it. Whatever we do, we're going to have to do that. We did it last year. I think we just finally got done paying off StreamYard for the year. So I think it's good. This is not a complaint. This is just knowledge that I didn't have before I hit that big red button. I have now. And would I discourage anybody from hitting that big red button? Absolutely not. The benefits you get from especially doing a channel that has live stream capability, right, is such a blessing. It really is. It is such a blessing. You get blessed. You have connection. It's good for your mental well being. And there's a community that you end up building. You do not know what you have been through in your life that you're going to sit there being able to help somebody else. Your survival story may actually be in a position to help somebody else get through their life, whatever you're going through, right? If you're going through a family member with dementia or a child with autism or so forth, something I say may help. You guys were there for me with the grieving of my aunt. You're still there for me as I grieve her and I think about her and I miss her and all that kind of stuff. It's the community. And we need more channels like this. We need more channels that are there to build these communities, have them as resources, go live, interact, build friendships, build communities, build connection. We need it. It is so needed because there's sometimes in life, whatever you're going through in life, whether it is dealing with a child with, special needs, dealing with an elderly parent, or taking care of somebody, or like myself, dealing with a chronic illness, you don't have the energy to go out and do anything, right? This gives you some feel of some kind of community. And I have met the most amazing people through this platform. And I am so, so grateful. And it's not going anywhere because it's part of my therapy. My therapist actually said to me, Mary, this has done more for your healing than actually coming to therapy. Now, I'm not saying that she said to me, oh, don't stop going. I still need to go to therapy because there's still things I need to work through, right? But as far as my healing, as far as some things I've had to heal from, like those tapes that go through my head that say, you know, nobody suffers in silence, right? All of those things are so important that we have and that we connect with. And she says, I really do believe that that's a key part of your healing is this channel and your community that you have built. And they've been there for you and they've just been such a support. And so I'm far from trying to get anybody discouraged from hitting that big red button, but I do believe that I think that it's helpful for people that are not on that other side to kind of understand some of the struggles. And it's a little frustrating that I'm like, okay. But honestly, I deal with something in my month in order to be able to have it so that I could come on and say hi to you guys and I could build this community. I have never felt more accomplished in my life. Oh yeah, it helps. It's much needed. I will be going to therapy. I said to my therapist, I go once a week. We do it by telephone, but I said to her, there'll be a point where I won't need you once a week, and maybe I could go down to like once a month just to check in. But I'll probably have it for the rest of my life because it's good for my mental well being. And Josh and I said our regret is we didn't do it sooner. We wish really had gone, and he's had quite a life and one that I think would have benefited to going to dealing with some of this junk earlier. So it's a good thing to have. But I would figure something to do to be able to say to my mom, here's, the funds for the StreamYard because I'm not gonna do without it. I do without, so I had this because it's such an intricate part of my life now in the sense that I feel better when I get on here and I've talked to you guys, and hopefully you all have felt better and you all have had those connections happening and maybe had some laughs along the way as we're trying to figure this whole thing out and some struggles and so forth. It's so needed that it's worth it to me. It's it just is, and I'm grateful that I can do it. I'm grateful that I can do it and I can be there. Now, why isn't that popping up? Okay, okay, delayed a little bit. I talk to the therapist every 3 weeks. I needed to get more focused on what I'm working on. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. My focus has been all over the map since my aunt passed. So I totally get it. Well, we've been on here for almost an hour, and this thing hasn't poof disappeared because it's what was it was doing in the editing software. So I think what I'm going to do is I will try next week to do another. And that's what happened to Mad Libs Friday. Is I no StreamYard. I went into the wrong thing, but when I first tried to record on this thing, I went into a live, not realizing that I needed to press something else. Oh gosh. Be lifting us up in prayer too, because I know there's storms coming on its way, and I really spring and summer is not my favorite months. I want my fall and winter. I like my snow. I'm a Florida girl. I like my snow. I like my fall leaves. Give me the winter and the fall coming, but be praying because uh, that there's supposed to be some severe weather and rain, and I'm okay with the rain falling, but when the storms start and the wind happens, I'm up. And there's supposed to be some pretty significant wind and rain coming our way, along with other people. I know in Cincinnati there's supposed to be some significant stuff, and we have family there, so be lifting it all up in prayer. We've Thank you for letting me know that I'm not alone on this journey of healing, Sweet Mary. Well, you're welcome. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it. But it's not complaining. Hi, stitching it up. It's not complaining. It's just letting you all know because I really don't have a topic. I just have to come on here and literally try it. The only way to do this and try, and I've got to try the other one too, is to come on and try it. Stay on for about an hour, babble, and have you all come in, right? And figure out, okay, these are the negatives, these are the positives. Do I like this? Do I not like this? What do I like? And I can tell you already, there's things I don't like about the live studio in Riverside that I like in StreamYard. And I have to realize, it's like you go to a potluck. You're not going to like everything that they put out on the table. You're only going to like some of the things. So I got to decide which one has the one that I'm going to find the most easiest and friendliest to use. But anyway, just be lifting up in prayer with the storms coming in that they just go nicely. Oh, I love you, sis. You know that. Thank you for being a true friend through it all, no matter what. What I appreciate you and your channel more than I could ever express. Like I said, I ain't going anywhere. I'm right here. Even with $423 that StreamYard wants to charge. Oh my gosh. But we'll get through it. But I'm going to spend the evening um, crocheting. Who is it? Alfonso is not doing a live stream tonight. He had a passing of a friend, and he just says he's not up to it. I'm really not up to it tonight either. And so I'm going to actually go have dinner. I think I want to watch a movie. I have a hankering to watch Smokey and the Bandit. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. Oh boy, my husband this week has been on the phone. I just have to tell you a funny story if it gets you to laugh, right? My husband has been on the phone with Amazon this week. He orders these root beer barrels candy because it's good for him to have candy on hand for his diabetes, and it tends to help settle his stomach at times. So he orders like a bulk of them, right? So they have been sending them. The first box they sent, and believe it or not, there's a Mansfield, Louisiana. So they sent it to Mansfield, Louisiana. And they kept telling him, no, it's going to be arriving at your house by 10 o'clock tonight, even though it's going to Mansfield, Louisiana. We live in Mansfield, Ohio, with a zip code that's totally different from Mansfield, Louisiana. That's about 1,000 miles away. So they said, well, go ahead and cancel the subscription. There's not even a house number in Mansfield, Louisiana. And so to cancel the subscription and reorder it again. We've never had a problem sending packages to our home. He reordered, which the root beer barrels are on our link tree if anybody's interested in ordering them. He likes them. They come from Pennsylvania, right? So he reordered the uh, the um, root beer barrels, and they sent them again to Mansfield, Louisiana. And he called Amazon again and said, do you all realize that we're 1,000 miles away from Louisiana? And they said to him, today, it'll be at your door at 10 o'clock tonight. It's in Mansfield, Louisiana. There's not even a Shreveport, Ohio. So he's been fighting with Amazon to get this package that he has for a subscription thing to get it to Mansfield, Ohio instead of Mansfield, Louisiana. And he's been fighting with Amazon to get them to understand that they're sending it to the wrong city and the wrong state. And they keep telling him it's going to arrive at 10 o'clock. So they're going to make him cancel the subscription again and order it again. I think he should get a free or two boxes of it because they're sending it to Mansfield, Louisiana. And we live in Ohio. They keep telling him, oh, it's not going there. And he says, I can read. It says it's in there. It's getting delivered. And then it can't deliver it to it because there is no address in Mansfield, Louisiana that has our address. The street's the street's the same to some degree, but anyway, the address is wonky donkey like you can't believe. But they're sending it to Mansfield, Louisiana. Wrong zip code. Nothing's changed. We've never had a problem. He's ordered them before. We've received them. So anyway, just a little bit of a funny duddy story, but he's not having a fuddy duddy experience trying to get them to send me staying on root beer pillows to hear. I thought I'd get you a laugh. He's like, I'm so frustrated. And then calling them up and them telling him the geotag isn't this and that. And he's like, I'm just going to. So, anyway, they're sending it to Mansfield, Louisiana. I didn't even know there was a Mansfield, Louisiana. Oh boy. Anyway, hopefully that gave you a laugh. But it's awful. He's like so frustrated and he'll call them up and he said, do you understand you're sending it to Mansfield, Louisiana? And they said it'll arrive by 10 p.m. tonight. It's 1,000 miles away. This is the second time they've sent it to Mansfield, Louisiana instead of Mansfield, Ohio. And he's never had a problem. But it's like they said to him at one point, "We'll change your address." And he said, "My address hasn't changed." And he's a Prime member. It's like it's ridiculous. It is absolutely crazy to do it. And I did not upload for our members, so I don't even know how that's gonna work. Because that one I have to upload for our members to rock out with. So exactly. He's not happy. He's not happy. He's not a happy Amazon customer at all. And they keep trying to tell him that it's going to arrive by tonight, and it's still stuck in Louisiana. I mean, it's like you guys are even delivering it to the wrong state. So my mother has to order a package for something. So we'll see if that one arrives in Mansfield, Louisiana, or whether it arrives in Mansfield, Ohio. We'll have to see, right? So anyway, guys, I'm just gonna ask. I've kind of asked it on our devotions. I've got Saturday reflection quote Saturday, so I'll put that video up. I have the devotions for today. I'll put that up. I'll actually go through and watch a movie and edit those while I'm watching the movie. Yeah, I can multitask, right? Just for those that can pray, I know it's a silly prayer. Just pray that we want to do what's responsible. We also want to do what is best. And here's the thing. When my aunt was trying to fly up here to see us for that one last hug, it was almost impossible for us to be able to find flights and all that kind of stuff because everything was overwhelming. Right now, because everything is overwhelming, trying to understand all the nuances of all of these three at least, and I don't know if I have the mental capability to try to sit and figure out all how much to figure out all of the in all the insights as far as this one and that one and try to figure out how to work OBS and all that again. I just ask that God's going to show us which one to go with, because I'm overwhelmed enough that this is really overwhelming to decide which route to go, which one is better. I'm probably going to have to sit with like even a spreadsheet or something, or a piece of paper, and write down the negatives and positives, and that in itself is overwhelming because of what I've been through in the past 3 weeks. And so clarity would be really nice. Yeah, getting the state right. I want to click on the comment. It's not going to work. Getting the state right should be a bare minimum. Absolutely. They're not even getting the right state. They have it delivered to Louisiana. We've never lived in Louisiana. I don't know if he's ever visited Louisiana. I did once, but they can't get the right state. So the good thing is it didn't quit on us. The good thing is I was able to do it pretty easily, but there's some pros and cons to it. And I still like StreamYard better. I still do. And we'll just have to figure it out and go with it and figure out which way to go. And I will. That's okay. Thank you for stopping in, stitching it up. I appreciate it. I was driving. Drive safely. Drive safely, hon. We want you to be safe and have a good weekend. So, anyway, I just thought I'd come on and see what this does. Took me a while to figure out how to put the chat in the thing. I'll get through it. I don't know quite how, but I don't have a choice, do I? I just have to get through, and we'll get through. But the life of someone on YouTube, it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is, but it's worth it. You guys are worth it. This channel's worth it. It is so helpful. Okay, you're home now. I'm glad. Got home safe. And keep us in your prayers too with the storms coming. That we have wind and rain. That's all I'd like to have. I never want to experience being in a tornado, but there are some storms coming, and so be praying. Maybe they'll blow the root beer barrels here. Oh goodness, it was too funny. Anyway, but I'm gonna go get this edited, and at least we got that. I think the other option, and we're on a like a trial period, free plan. We have a trial period for 14 days, so we have Riverside until the 9th for me to kind of fool around and see if I even want to even think about it. So that's why I came on to kind of think about it and see how I like it and go from there. Anyway, it's the StreamYard is a little bit more user friendly than this one is. From what I can understand, Riverside started out more as a video editing recording one, and they've added the live stream platform. So their live streams are pretty new, and I'm sure that will grow over time and that will be easier. But maybe this week I'll get some people on and we'll see if they can share it to their channel. And that's another thing I have to make sure that happens. So anyway, sure we can figure it on out, you guys. I can tell you that. So I'm gonna go get something to eat to relax a little bit. Go edit these 2 things that I have to get up. And I think I'm gonna go watch Smokey and the Bandit. Maybe he can bring the root beer barrels here. I gotta laugh at something, guys. I have to laugh at something. So we'll see you on the next one. Remember, be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. We got you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And remember, keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook required. We'll see you on the next one. We love you all. Sometime this week, we'll do a couple live streams and we'll figure this whole thing out. Stay safe wherever you are. Take care, and we love you all. You guys are such a blessing. Remember, you're the blessing behind Blessed to Crochet, and I love you all. Thank you all so much for being there during this time as with the loss of my aunt. It means more than you ever know. You guys mean more than you ever know, and that's coming right from my heart. I'm not saying that for any other reason, but it's because it's the truth. And so blessed with the community we have built. I love all of you dearly. So does my mom. You're in our prayers, and we are so blessed to just have you within our community. And well, you guys are such a blessing to us, and we hope we're a blessing to you too as well. Have a good night. Stay safe if you're in the mix of the storms on the way, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody. I got to figure out how to do this. I don't have to think about this through StreamYard, but we'll figure it out. Wait, hold it.
You got me covered too, I got you covered.
Like I said, it's not as easy. Okay, there we go. Now I can.
So proud of being me.